Traders. This is your boy, Seasons FX, the last technical trader. So, guys, after so many months since I actually last posted a video of how I analyze using the money theory, we are finally back, guys. We are finally back. So, I won't lie to you, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna start posting a lot. It just shows you that, guys, I just want to show you basically my strategy hasn't changed ever since. Although it has been updated in some ways, in some forms, in which I will share to you as time goes on, but it is still the same. You understand? What you saw 8 months ago, 9 months ago is still kind of the same as to what you're gonna see today. So, guys, my strategy is called the Monday theory. The Monday theory, basically, guys, is just a theory that I compiled by my own self of what I've noticed the market to do almost every single week. The market doesn't care whether the daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, hourly time frame, minute time frames are bullish or not. What I know is that the market cares about whether there is liquidity in the upside or in the downside. I can't believe I just said liquidity, but yes, I just did. I just said that. The market doesn't literally care, guys. The market cares about whether is it playing on the supply of the week or demand of the week. Either way, between a high and a low, one has to be broken, guys. That's one thing for sure. In the market, between a specific high and a low, one has to be broken. That's also one of the foundations of how I understood or how I developed my strategy. So without any further of time, as you can see, guys, I'm actually analyzing US 30. US 30, guys, is actually also one of the few pairs that actually help me to actually find my strategy, because whenever I actually get a direction for NFP or CPI, it is normally denoted from US 30. So let's start analyzing. So as you can see, I'm actually on my daily time frame. I actually have the chart on line chart, not candlesticks, but line chart, because I want to cater for every close of every candle. Understand? So, like I said, guys, we always need to compare a high and a low. So for now, I took this low as my low to compare, and I'm going to compare it towards that high. However, I won't be able to put in a horizontal line. I won't be able to put in a horizontal line because the market is actually playing exactly at the area where I need to place that horizontal line. The only reason I don't like doing this is because somehow I believe as a trader, there's this thing psychologically we do, that once we put in a horizontal line or a trend line, we have this notion of believing that the market needs to reject or needs to break above and retest to be confirmed as a continuous or not. Like, guys, the market doesn't really care about your lines or not. It doesn't really care, but it does care about the demand and the supply of the week. So since I actually catered for my low of the week, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go to my 4-hourly time frame. In my 4-hourly time frame, I actually want to cater for my trend. My trend is that I'm gonna cater using a trend line. A trend line, guys, personally for me, it doesn't mean that whenever the market touches my uptrending support or my uptrending resistance, now the market needs to reject and go back, or it doesn't mean so. For me, it's just I want to see the momentum of the market. It's just overall, I just want to see physical lines, not invisible line, but physical lines that show what is the momentum of the market. Despite that, obviously, I have been trading. I can place trend lines without needing to place trend lines. You understand? So since I can actually see that the market is in a bullish trend, so what I need to do is that I need to cater for my highs and my lows within the bullish trend. How will I see those highs and lows? I will see them using paint. So I'll take a paint. So using a paint, I'll just do this, which is higher high, higher low. That's my first higher low. Higher high, higher low. That's my second higher low. Higher high, higher low. That's my third higher low. Higher high, higher low. That's my fourth higher low. So now using paint, I've now seen where are my highs, where are my lows. You understand? So there's this advice I also want to give you guys, is that I noticed that even I used to do that. we have this notion that we always cater for what? For resistance. We always cater for resistance support, resistance support, resistance support. Even though a support that was, or a resistance that was turned into support, even though it hasn't been tested to actually for the market to see whether this resistance is actually strong enough, we always cater for it. And that's the main downside for many traders. And if you notice right now, I'm not catering for resistance. I'm only catering for when the market has created a higher low. If you can notice that, you understand? So where was my foot higher low? My foot higher low was right about here. So since I actually have that in Notion, just make sure it appears in the right time frame. I just need to also cater for this part. Just make sure that the zones are also there. Just make sure let's see, it's showing on the daily time frame, and I want it to show on the only on the hourly time frame. And here we go, and there we go. So now I can actually put it now back to candlesticks. So with candlesticks, when I look at it, it makes sense for me. For me, it makes sense how the market looks. It looks clean and simple. No fuss, no nothing. So since I see that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the 1 hourly time frame. So in the 1 hourly time frame, I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking at the market, seeing what's happening there. So as I see what's happening here, is that I can see, okay, since I'm actually gonna be going to the minute time frame. Remember, guys, you always need to compare a high towards a low or a low towards a high. And whatever is in between, we call it internal market structure. That's what you're going to be catering for the highs and the lows within that internal market structure. And this is where the magic is going to begin, which is the Monday theory. I will show you just now. So as I can see now in the 1 hour time frame, I can see the market looks perfectly clean for me. There's no, everything is in place. There's no too much of what so this or too much of trend line, too much of horizontal line. Everything's just perfect. So question is, am I still, when I go to the minute time frame, am I still going to compare this low that I catered for in the daily time frame? Am I still going to cater it? The answer is no. The answer is no. I'm not going to cater for it. What I'm actually going to be catering for is this, the most recent higher low, which is this one. That's what I'm going to be comparing between this low and that high when I go to the minute time frame. I really hope, guys, you're actually understanding what I'm saying, because like I said, guys, this strategy is complex. It's really complex, but once you understand it, you don't have to ever need to worry about fundamentals. Yeah, maybe technically you can kind of worry here and there, but fundamentally, nah, you can't. So let me just go back to line chart. So in line chart, like I said, guys, I'm gonna be comparing this low towards that high, but obviously I can't cater for that high because the market is playing in that level. You understand? So just make sure that it only shows on the minute time frame, because I don't want it to be cluttered, where things that are supposed to be shown on the minute time frame are now visible on the 1 hour time frame. Things that are supposed to be on the 1 hour time frame are now visible on the daily time frame. Like everything has to be in place. There you go. So since, like I said, I'm going to compare that high towards that low. So what's the next step to do? If you've been following me, I really hope you know what's the next step to do, because you can pause the video and actually try to guess if you can. Because even if you did guess, you getting high still does boost morality. So the next step, guys, is to put in a trend line. A trend line doesn't mean that we follow what the trend line is telling us. Trend line means that we are actually looking, or we are actually catering physically for the momentum of the market. We are not saying that the market, once the market touches the uptrending support, it should buy. We are not saying when the market touches the uptrending resistance, it should sell. We just catering for the momentum. just to see it physically. Understand? So since I've actually catered for the momentum, what's left now? What's left now is for me to actually use paint. Where am I using paint? I'm using paint so that I can actually see where are where is my highs, where are my lows within my internal market structure. Take a look at, let's see, what is my internal market structure. I can remember I have this as my high, I have this as my most recent lower, what is it, higher low, as my most recent higher low. So anything that's in between, I like to call it internal market structures. This is where I see where are my supply, where's my demand, where's my support, where's my resistance. You understand? That's how I'm actually able to see just by catering for them. So using paint, I can tell that it was higher high, higher low. That's my first higher low. Then the market came back, hit a higher high within a very same higher high, came back, hit a higher low. But I'm not going to take that as a high low because why? It never broke towards the upside. It never broke. So since this is my higher high, higher low, where is gonna be my next higher high? It's gonna be there. Where's my next higher low? It's gonna be there. That means that's my second higher low. That's my second higher low. And then it's gonna be higher high. And where did the market come back? It came back here, which does what? It created a third higher low. So since I actually have that in mind, I need to now clear every single thing. And now I need to cater for everything, cater for the zone, cater for the line. You understand? So let me cater for my lines because I know which now where are my highs are where are my lows. And here we go. Just make sure that it appears at the right time frame. Like I said, I don't want any clutter. I don't want anything that's supposed to be shown on the minute time frame showing up on the daily time frame. I really hate that. So okay, let me cater for the zones. So catering for the zone, cater for the zones, sure they are locked. So now this is where now, since I've executed everything, I can put everything on candlesticks. So when I look at candlesticks, for me, it makes sense how the market looks. It makes sense. Everything looks clean and beautiful. Nothing is forced. Nothing's, you understand? So this is where the magic begins. The Monday theory. So what is the Monday theory, guys? The Monday theory, basically, it's actually a theory, like I said, there was actually discovered, established by me, myself, and God himself. Because without him, I don't think I would have actually discovered this strategy. You understand? God is alive. God is there. Put God in everything that you do. That's one thing for sure. Especially when it comes to trading. Because trading, man, I feel like it's somehow spiritual. It's literally spiritual in some way. So, what is the money theory? Okay, so the money theory, like I said, it's a strategy that was compiled by me. So to explain it to you, a money theory basically using New York time zone. You had that New York time zone. Let me show you what I mean by New York time zone. So when you press here, and then you press this three dots here, when you go to settings, press symbol, and then scroll down. Make sure that your time zone is exactly the same as mine, which is UTC -4, which is for New York. So what does it mean? That means every time that you see down here, it is New York based. The time that you see here down below here, it is New York based. So what do? You cater for the Monday midnight open. The Monday midnight open. And then you're also going to put in a Monday midnight close, which is leading to Tuesday. Anything that happens in between, whether it opens positively or negatively, you go opposite. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. For example, you see, let's say if the market hasn't decided, because it's still the money is only now just open. So what you do is that, let's say for example, when you compare the candlestick, this is like this candle. You see this candle. You see where it opened. It opened at 46,400, right? That's where the candle opened. Let's say, for example, the market does this for today and then close exactly maybe right about here. What you do is that you compare this open towards this low. As long as the difference is 10 or 100 or more, good. That means you need to be looking for opposite. But I won't lie to you, when it's 10, it means that the market is going to be choppy. Trust me on that one. It means the market is going to be choppy. But if ever it opens higher with like a difference of 100 points, then it's gonna be a good trade. It's gonna be a good trade. It's gonna be a good trade. So, like I said, you compare the open towards the close. If the open towards the close is negative, what I'm gonna be looking for is a push towards the upside for the week until Thursday. Until Thursday. And Thursday, I'll only be looking for reversal if I'm seeing a double top. I am seeing a breaker of an old higher low and come back retest, and then I'll be looking for a continuous only Thursday. But if come Thursday I don't see that, high chances the market is going to continue going towards the upside. You understand? So what you're going to do is that the low of Monday, you're going to cater for it. You're going to cater for the low of Monday come Tuesday. So come Tuesday, you need to be looking for two scenarios. Let's say the market opens negatively. Two scenarios. What are those two scenarios? Let me just go up here. Let's say this is okay. Okay, yeah. Let me do this here. Let's say okay, this is the market. You open negatively, right? So I'm looking for a bullish momentum on US 30 for the week. So for me to actually confirm my bullish come New York tomorrow, which is 2:30, or which is 2 o'clock South African Standard Time, I need to look for two scenarios. What are those scenarios? Asia and London, when I cater for them, they need to either be pushing towards the downside, and then come New York, I'm looking for a continuous buy. If I only had a bearish movement for Asia and London, you understand? If not, I can actually also wait for this type of movement. This type of movement is, let's say the market is still playing down here. I only see a consolidation. Consolidation means I actually have equal lows and equal highs of both um, Asia and London. Come New York session, I am looking for a buy. I am looking for a continuous buy. You understand? And it's the opposite also on a bearish scenario. It's an opposite. You understand? It's the same thing. If let's say the market opens bullish this time around, for you to sell Tuesday, you need to be looking for Asia and London need to also give you that push towards the upside, and then you sell come New York, or they need to consolidate. They have to do one of those two things. You understand? So this is actually, guys, part one of how I actually make NFP easy. This is part one. So as you can see, guys, the only thing left for me to do is just to stay away from the market and only wait for Friday. Come Friday or come Thursday night or come Thursday morning, I'm just looking at the market, seeing what are the possibilities, what are the probabilities. You understand? So for now, I just stay away from the market. You understand? So, like I said, guys, this is actually gonna be part one of how I am going to make NFP easy. You understand? So guys, other than that, if you are new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like, make sure that you also comment on what are your thoughts for NFP come Friday, because I know for sure there are actually data analysts within my YouTube page, within my TikTok page. You understand? In which I won't lie to you, I don't recommend that data analysts, but hey man, everybody does what works for them. So now personally I can say that just drop your comment and tell me what you think for US30 and gold and NAS 100. Are you seeing a buy? Are you seeing a sell? Because personally at the moment now I'm still waiting for the market to confirm. But other than that, guys, I will see you come part 2, which is going to be, should I think I'm gonna do a part, I think I'm gonna do a 3 series. I'm gonna do, yeah, I can do part 2 on, but then I can, if I do part 2 on Wednesday, high chances I'm already gonna give you a spoiler, which is how NFP is gonna be